Okay. Okay. I'll start communism. I wonder what. Wait for Hassan. That would be stats, bro. I'll start. Okay, there we go. Now what are we doing? We are leveling up. Chocobo. Some chocobo food. If I want to remember where to buy chocobo food, that would be regular. There it is. Load them up. Put them down. Oh, got a field note. Oh, got a field note. Nice. Lecture. 13 to go. Which I have no idea where to get. Now some of them are like from one-on-one challenges, I think. But I don't know what the challenges look like, so I don't know what to do there. This for years at a time. 10. Mining. Pulsewood. Wood. Yep. Mining. Wood. The one south, I believe. 837, 933. Oh, 837. Oh yeah, it's this rock. Chicken lap. There we go. Please. Oh, three's good. Pick him ready to mine. 5, 6. Get these. With perception? Okay. Where do you get off your Tataru skin? Off your Tataru skin. It's lost Tataru skin. Oh, it's not. Pretty sure. Urosk. Skin. I am assuming. Remember. Let us see. Oh, expensive too. That's good. 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 Any perception? How much is it? Shizakim on perception. Perception. Ofirota Uroskin. Yo. Here we go. Boom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get sick safely. 8. Oh, never mind. All out. All right. Oh. Okay. Oh. Hey, nice. Since we're doing this, I can do. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay, time to eat some eggs. Do I need... I'm not. No. Oh, pow! Yes, I'm the only one who got Peloton. Go. Oh, can't be first though. Can't be first. Then Peloton goes away. Hop. Hoppity hoppity hop. Rest in peace, stage. Nice knowing you. It was nice knowing you. Let's see. Okay, we gotta heal it. Wow, did I actually do it early? Wow. That is some bullshit right there. Okay, let's see what Preach is so happy about here. Real quick. See.
God. Oh my god, what a story. I could go to Starblood.
Hell. The hell is that?
Endwalker has finally arrived, and I did what I thought was right and took a step back from Final Fantasy for a week. I am not there in Endwalker. Obviously, even Squeenix was saying there were going to be queues of like 10,000 plus and hashtag deal with it. That was the situation those guys were saying, so it made sense that I, who is doing old content, did not take up server space by doing that. So I took myself away a week and
That's a nice guy.
challenge, which was fantastic fun with all their new content. But then that week,
Hair's going
I was
great.
seeing many more people completing the Endwalker MSQ, which meant it was time to jump back in. One problem though, I am right up to Stormblood. I talked at length about how much I enjoyed the Heaven's Ward story and how much it filled me with. And for the response you guys gave to that video was unbelievable. One of the most liked videos we've had in a long time. But we can't just go into Stormblood. That's the problem. We can't just go there because although, and I think this is going to be the main crux of this video, is that it's very clear and apparent to me that a lot of people who made part of the exodus from World of Warcraft over to Final Fantasy XIV did the most logical thing, which was to complete the main story quests to get to the end or the current present point of the game in a nice linear fashion. Now, the sad thing is about that is there are a lot of extras that are thrown in there that you can't.
Down here. Let's do that. Screw it. And got 8. That.
You can miss. They're not mandatory content by any means, but they're super fun. And as with everything in Final Fantasy XIV, they're entirely relevant today. Not only that, we actually discovered some quests that people who have played Final Fantasy XIV for years did not know even existed. So we'll come back to that in a second. The first thing I wanted to do,
I've played for years, but
out of Heaven's Ward. One, I wanted to complete all the extremes because they're super fun. They're the best raid content that I've enjoyed so far is doing the extremes. They can obviously vary in enjoyability depending on the type of fight.
they also did Hilzibra.
But they're really fun, and they're something we can kind of do in an afternoon. Haven't done the Savage Raids yet, but we're coming back to doing those later days. Again, Final Fantasy 14 keeps all its content relevant forever, so it doesn't really matter. But alongside that, I really wanted to check out a couple of things in Heaven's Ward before we kind of put a bow on that one and said that area of the game is done. One of them is Hildebrand. Now, I spoke about Hildebrand probably over a month ago when I was introduced to it in A Realm Reborn. And in fact, it was you guys on YouTube who were spamming that comment section to say, you have to do this. You have to do it. Now, I imagine some people listening to this have never done Hildebrand before because it is optional side content and they may have tried it and it's really off the wall wacky. In fact, the more I learn about the Hildebrand character, the more intrigued I am as to how good of an idea this is. Although the content isn't specifically for everyone. In fact, it's going to be very strange for a lot of people because it's not serious. It's completely off the wall. It's entirely bonkers. But Squeenix used it when they were creating Realm Reborn to start throwing mud at the wall. And this takes me all the way back to the legacy of the Burning Crusade, where my finale message conclusion to that was a period of time that Blizzard was just throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks. But instead of investing all their eggs into singular baskets, they were just throwing stuff around to see what the hell people liked and didn't like. And one of the things is they knew the original version of Final Fantasy XIV was coming to an end, and a Realm Reborn was about to happen, is they could have fun. They could have really silly fun because the game was going to disappear pretty soon. The original, very vanilla version of Final Fantasy XIV. And one of these things was Hildebrand. Hildebrand was just wacky, stupid stories, but also a test bed. An important test bed. A test bed for animations. They really wanted to mess around with just how silly and wacky and off the wall they could get with things like facial animations, expressions, and just throwing some really stupid stuff together just to say, look, this is a very silly part of the game. It's not to be taken too seriously, so they could kind of push the envelope a little bit with what those characters were doing, and they did that in spades. And if you've no idea what I'm talking about, Google where you start it and go and try it out. Now, Hildebrand is a relatively short quest line, something you can bash out in a few hours, and it usually rewards you with something kind of nice, usually some sort of emote or some kind of dance, something like that, something cosmetic for your character. Now, coming into
that's really good.
I was like, where's Hildebrand? Because I would imagine this would be a recurring character. Now, the obvious part of this is, even despite the hundreds of hours I now have in Final Fantasy XIV, the community is so goddamn extraordinary that they've spoiled nothing for me. At all. It's all a fresh experience every single day, and
as long as you don't go on Twitter, I guess.
I'm thankful for that. So we asked the question, is there a Hildebrand? And like, yeah, there's a Hildebrand. Now, for those of you who know about Hildebrand, I was expecting, which I often do as we're going through Final Fantasy XIV, certain things. One of them, based on the original Hildebrand I did in A Realm Reborn, would be recurring characters. Right? We have this sort of Sherlock Holmesian character who meets 7 or 8 different characters that all end up intertwined and recurring. They're coming back. They're involved later down the line. So, and those characters kind of go their separate ways at the end of A Realm Reborn. So my full expectation would be that in the Heavensward version of Hildebrand, we would see those characters' returns. But Squeenix, once again, just took my expectations, put them in the bin, threw a match on it, and just went, nope, that's not what we're doing. And this was surprising. Well, not only is the questline much, much shorter, like much, much shorter, but they decided to introduce a whole bunch of new characters and not particularly bother with the older characters. On the one hand, this was great. It was a fresh surprise, and the story is actually very, very good. Although it's short, it's much more concise than the Realm Reborn version. It was very, very good. It was something I was interested in. It's a little awkward at times, which is what it's supposed to be. It's very funny. Some of the characters do return, such as his father. You having a heart attack? Is that what's happening? Did you just die?
I really need to do Hildebrand, I guess. Sounds like.
But overall, a lot of the side characters
Sounds pretty fun, dude.
Now that doesn't mean to say I didn't enjoy it. It was more a expectation taken, thrown away. Oh, okay, we're doing something totally different. So in the back of my mind, I was definitely expecting certain characters to return, and they didn't. And that was fine because the contained story they had was really cool, and they brought in characters from other Final Fantasies, brought them into the mix, and once again, as always, made me care. I really gave a fuck about a little robot man. Like, I really gave a shit about that guy. Really gave a shit about that guy, who ultimately ended up being the reward for the quest line. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. But here's where it gets more interesting for us Final Fantasy XIV fans, and something I mentioned earlier in the video, is that once that was wrapped up, that was me kind of done. I've done the story, I've done the MSQ, I've done the Hildebrand questline. That's what I know about. There are definitely a couple of raid challenges still to explore, but for now we're done in this area. And after playing Minecraft for a week, I was really hungry to get back into the MSQ. I was really excited to see what they were going to do with the Stormblood storyline, especially as the end of Heaven's Ward is a big cliffhanger as to what you're about to go into. Before I did that, though, in comes Superstar, swinging from the rafters, our very own Mr. Chunky Ninja, says, hold your horses one little bit. There are characters that are in the original Hildebrand story, and they have their own questline. And not many people know it exists. Now, those of you out there who do know it exists, that's great, but I can tell you after streaming this to many thousands of people, there are a lot of people who have no idea this exists. And finding these hidden gems and going on this journey is something I would really like to express to you guys. So, Mr. Chris is going to put up what this quest is, and I recommend you do it because it gives you several emotes and some really good glamour and things like that, but it involves Inspector Brian, or Briaden, who is, we call him Brian, who is a main character in the original Hildebrand story. And this was such a hidden gem that I really wanted to talk about it, especially for those people who don't know it exists or have never seen this before and are still really interested in the story. Because, of course, with the Exodus, most people just take part in the MSQ, which are clearly marked. And this quest is actually just marked as a normal side quest. And anybody who had tried to do some of the side quests in the original game will no doubt remember that a lot of the early ones are just basic MMO combat quests, which aren't particularly interesting in any way. There are some hidden gems, and we're going to explore them as we go through our journey throughout Final Fantasy, but this is one I thought we should focus on today. And it's about going to one of the main schools of Ishgard. So, the quest is up there, so your own fault for spoilers at this point on. This was so good again, and again, it just gives more and more points to Heaven's Ward in so many different ways, because this explored what the church had to deal with after Ishgard has been completely disrupted and the corruption and the lies have been brought to the front, and how were the church not only dealing with this complete change of theocracy, but how they were going to deal with their students who were learning to become clergy themselves. And these are, again, youngsters. These are the youth of Ishgard who have fought tooth and nail in order to get into the best school for learning about their religion, so they can become clerics and they can join the Trinity, which is a big part, and become a major influential part of society. And once again, despite the fact this does contain some of the Hildebrand characters, it's a much more serious story that I very much enjoyed, because
I think they're the shit, huh? These fuckers. Look at your fucking stupid ears. You think you're the shit.
And it brought back, and this is something we're going to talk about again in a second, it really brought back that when you first arrive in Ishgard at the beginning of Heaven's Ward, one of the first things you're told is don't go to the broom. It's where the paws are. Lol at the paws. Don't go over there. And these deal with some of the students who have essentially won scholarships from that background, orphans from that background, who have now worked their asses off to move up the echelons of society and give themselves a chance, and to work through that and to deal with the societal impacts and also the arrogance and the disdain that comes from the high houses. And it's a Hogwarts style medley of stories where there's like, it feels a bit Harry Potter, but it also deals with some really serious subject matter, but it also keeps it really light in various areas with high school crushes. It's got this kind of Twilight feel to it in some parts. Which I'm not trying to put you off. I'm just trying to say it takes you in a number of different directions, which is exactly what we've come to expect from a Final Fantasy XIV storyline, is that it's not just a case of, hey, this is really fun for 5 minutes. Isn't this character a little goofy? It takes you on a whole myriad of journeys where your emotions are just all over the place every single way. And I highly recommend, I've not spoiled a lot there, but if you've not seen this and you're wondering maybe where the old Spectacles emote comes from, and it's got some very nice specific glamours that come from there, it's worth your time, but it is long. It's a very, for the fact that it's just a side quest that's sitting in Ishgard, and it's probably been sat on your map for literally years for some of you, it's so much worth it to find this little gem of a storyline that also fully fleshes out the repercussions of your actions from dealing with the Dragon Song War. Thoroughly enjoyable.
Oh shit.
The last thing I, of course, then found out...
That's the crash, I guess?
I loved this, actually, and I really wish this would happen in more games, is the epilogue...
That is the crash.
...to Stormblood. And this was really how you can put a bow on the end of an expansion. And I think this was great because it basically takes you on a journey to refresh you of all the major characters you've come to know, some people you've come to love, some people you've come to hate, and some people you've lost along the way throughout what is such an involved, embedded story that when the game was current would have taken you an exceedingly long time. I know that a lot of these characters would have been forgotten. But the great thing is, and we all know this now, Final Fantasy XIV uses its old characters in a really big, prominent way throughout its ongoing stories. It doesn't forget where it came from. I mean that not in the case of the roots of the company, but in the actual geographical areas of where the game came from. It doesn't go, oh, well, we have Ishgard now, so Limsa and Gridania, they don't exist anymore. Uldar's out there. We're on to the new
Well, what game does that?
finding all the players to a new brand new area with its new zones. It goes, no, because, you know, Ravana's going to be important. The Sultana's going to be important. Merly Boobs is going to be important. Kenna's going to be important. The Mughals are going to be important.
Yeah.
We're going to have to go back to those areas and deal with those because the Alliance is still pushing forward. As well as the side characters, be it Ishtola's sister, or even remembering Haurchefant for all he's done. And this epilogue, there were several characters I didn't remember. And even though I've done the content recently, to go back and be like, oh, yeah. Oh, I remember that now. That was just a side quest, but you almost know in your heart of hearts that character's going to pop up again. You know it. They're reminding you for a reason. It's not just to refresh you before Stormblood came out. It's because that character's going to come important in the future. And having this little... It's just a tour. It's just a tour. And it's well worth going on.
Did it deal with the sister at any point, aside from the...
With this. I just didn't do it because I just smashed the
one
MSQ,
time?
and I went on my merry way into Stormblood. I just finished the MSQ and then went straight on, and as if there was no gap in content whatsoever. Whereas finding these little gems like this and being like, and a big thanks to the community for telling me they exist and be like, you should probably check this out, is really touching because it does bring, and not only that, it also refreshes you on the journey you've just been on, even if you've only done it recently, about how involved it was. And I remember when the story I talked about in Heaven's Ward, it's like 40 odd characters. Although I focused my feelings on, say, 4 of them, it was like 40 odd characters that you dealt with in order to build to that climax. And going through that was fantastic as well. So, what I can say, now that I've maybe pushed you to go and find some older content that maybe is still brand new for you, is that we are there. We are heading into Stormblood. And I can tell you as of recording this, I have played for a couple of days now, and I have some really interesting thoughts. And one of the best things that I'm doing for my content, especially for my long-time viewers, is assessing the developmental changes that Squeenix took on in terms of feature creep, how they're managing their characters, how they're redesigning parts of the game as the game evolved and kept going. And it's been really intriguing because you can tell very quickly when a new expansion starts. No different for our World of Warcraft viewers. If you go from vanilla to the Burning Crusade, there are dramatic differences in quest layout, combat styles, profession changes, travel changes, layouts, routes, environmental.
BBC was better, but it was still fucking
move from a vanilla style or a classic WoW
oh,
style.
collect 30 of this.
You can feel that. And
You have a 5% chance to drop one. Fuck off.
They learned from the layers of the past, and now they're doing X, Y, and Z in order to accommodate that and to try and make things better for the players. What lessons did they learn? And so we'll be looking at that in the next video. All right. So I just want to say thank you so much for watching. This journey I've been on has been utterly incredible. I'm having so much fun. Look at this. You guys are incredible. Absolutely incredible. So we have the Sheriff of Nottingham style character who is just riding around, and this is the Skulls who are taking from everybody, even though they are from that land. They are people who want that citizenship and the privileges that come with being part of the Imperial Empire, and they have.
Blizzard just solved all of their problems.
While we're pressing off Primero, Blizzard is what it is. And I wanted to discuss this, even though the news came out yesterday, I believe. I still wanted to discuss it. Now that everyone's here, I think we can absolutely hang out and quickly discuss this. Now, I want to discuss this actually sort of in a comparative way. I don't think I am being, shall we say, dramatic when I say that Blizzard have had a very horrible year.
2 years.
I don't think anyone here would disagree with
It's
it.
2020.
I do know that my
I would say.
fuck up the wind is so horrible. I do apologize for the noise.
This year was way worse, but like
But I don't think
2020
I'm
was
being
also pretty bad.
dramatic if I say that Blizzard have had a very horrendous year, and specifically their players. The way Blizzard have treated their players, the way Blizzard have continuously treated their players.
I disagree.
One would argue,
What is
and
disagree
one
with?
should argue,
Had a
that
great
Blizzard
year?
should now be doing
Yeah.
their absolute best. Bite Shift, thank you very much
Great
for following. I
year.
really appreciate that. Blizzard should right now be doing their absolute best to win back favor from their players. I don't think that is an understatement whatsoever. So Blizzard, of course, decided in order to win back favor from their players, they will be releasing a brand new store-bought pet. This is actually a pet that changes colors, so it's actually quite a cool pet.
Oh,
You
God.
look at it, it's a very cute pet. It's a nice pet. I think a lot of players would have
like a
loved
Murloc
to have
face.
some way in the game to get this pet. Right? I think a lot of people would have really enjoyed being able to get this pet. Now, I'm not even going to talk about the new bundles that Blizzard have put out for people to sort of buy a bunch of mounts and pets in the store.
Okay, we know where this,
Because that is
like, what's
actually
going on with
a
WoW
huge
then.
problem as well. But this, as far
WoW
as
is
I'm
gonna be the new
concerned,
Terra.
is absolutely disgusting. You have not only delivered to your player base one of the worst expansions on record by a mile. One of the worst expansions on record.
I don't know.
You've wasted your players' money for about 9 months, and this would actually have been a brilliant chance to say, hey, we know that we wasted.
I can't say Shadowlands. I cannot say that Shadowlands is the worst expansion because the expansion's not over. Does that make sense? Like, BFA is only remembered for what was it, 8.3, right? And 8.3 was actually pretty good with all the cursed gear and whatever. It's like once you had it, obviously acquisition was fucking dog shit, but like once you got it, the game was actually really fun to play with all the cursed gear. But up to that point, even essences was kind of dog shit. No account-wide essences, right? Like, it was overall like very slow. You couldn't really play alts, not alt friendly. Most of the dungeons people didn't really like. I didn't like I'd say more than half the dungeons. First raid was like dog poo. I don't know, the first one was pretty bad, where like you could abuse certain classes way too much, like rogues. I think you just need to stack rogues for some bosses, whatever, like for Zul, like insane. I don't know, the raid itself, like I didn't even want to finish it on Mythic. I was like, like fuck this. Like the mogs were pretty trash. No tier sets, right? This is like, especially when they removed tier sets. Like I can say BFA was worse than Shadowlands, but because people remember it for 8.3, it was pretty good. Right? It's like when 9.2 is probably gonna be the 8.3 for Shadowlands, and people remember like, oh, 9.2 was really fun. That's it, right? It's like you can change your what's called Covenant is like they're gonna probably abandon the system. It's like the Covenant is already pretty much abandoned, right? It's like, oh, now you can get to Covenant rank 80 or whatever, and it's like, okay, next patch maybe 100, and maybe you still stay 80, and it's like they're just gonna go with a different system and you don't do Covenants at all. It's like, okay, here you go, just instant 80, whatever, right? It's like for all alt characters you can switch on the fly, which you already can apparently, right? And honestly, maybe if there's like they really want to give players like something fun, dump the Covenant completely and be like, yo, choose an offensive ability from the 4 Covenants and choose the utility ability from the 4 Covenants, right? And then everyone's gonna go like, all paladins are gonna be Kyrian Fae or some shit like that. Or like what's it called, Kyrian and Ventir, or Ventir Kyrians, Ventir Night Fae or whatever, right? Or like Night Fae Ventirs, right? And yeah, like, there you go, you solved the Covenant problem. No worries. But say that's the worst one, I don't know. I can say that Worlds of Draenor was worse because it had no content either. About as bad as, actually no, WoD was actually better. WoD had more content than Shellens, which is really fucking bad. But yeah, I don't know if I can say it's the worst one, but it's pretty close. Pretty close. I would say it's only so much worse because the expectations were so much higher. That's all I can say.
Wasted your money for 9 months and not told you that we actually don't have anything released, so we're giving you all a paid for free. To say something.
WoD over BFA in 2 months.
You know, you didn't have.
I liked WoD overall gameplay style.
And then when you finally did get content to 9.1, it was worth nothing.
Yeah.
And then 9.15, we basically just brought a bunch of old stuff back, and we still made mistakes there. Yeah. So we want to apologize. Here's your pay. Blizzard to do that. Now, before you think to yourself, Akalon, Blizzard is a business. They really want to make money. You can't fault them for wanting to make money.
But if you lose customers, you don't make money.
The direction of this. I don't know how many of you have seen this, but this is from
Extra 2 weeks.
Yoshi P,
Hell yeah,
the
brother.
producer of Final Fantasy XIV. And speaking about congestion, the game isn't bad. The game isn't suffering. There's just a lot of queues, like you would expect.
Suffering from success,
a
yeah.
Brand new game that just launched that has a shit ton of hype around it. People are very excited for the game. There is going to be congestion. Yoshi P did a bunch of things that I can't remember when last we had something like this in World of Warcraft. Yoshi P first and foremost wrote this letter himself. May I remind you that for 9 months with zero content coming from World of Warcraft, Ian Azikostas made nary a fucking peep to the player base. Not Yoshi P though. Holy, this is Naoki Yoshida, producer and director of Final Fantasy XIV. We apologize for the ongoing congestion that has been occurring since early access and the official launch of Endwalker. It's been nearly 2 weeks since the start of the early access and players are still experiencing substantial congestion when logging into the game. As we have new content set to release in upcoming patches, I'd like to provide you with several updates on our plans to address these issues. Additional game time compensation. They have just decided to give players 21 days of free game time. They got 7 days not too long ago, and now they're getting 14 more days of free game time. All this for players not being able to play or not having anything to play, simply because the players are struggling to get into the game.
Yeah.
They've decided we're going to give you 3 weeks of game time for free. And
save money
we all
to
know,
the player base,
according to at least the Final Fantasy veterans that I've spoken to, if needs be, they'll add even more game time.
Oh my god,
So
why do you turn when I do the thing, man? What's wrong with you?
Over the next 2 or 3 weeks,
So annoying.
they'll add another 7 days, or maybe even another 14 days of free game time for people so that they can actually play the game and actually experience the game.
I don't trust you anymore.
Here's where
I'm just
things
gonna
get
use
even
it.
more interesting. They are suspending, not coming up with a new fucking store, a pet store. No. They are suspending the delivery of all package versions and temporary suspension of digital
Don't turn. Yeah.
They're making it impossible for new players, money to flow in. Why? Because they don't want to impact their current player base negatively. The people that have already paid for the game, the people that are trying to play, they don't want those players to be stuck in queues all this time. So they're actually stopping all sales. They could easily have said, well, you know, we can't do anything about it. We're so sorry. Here's another store mount. Instead, they say,
You can log in anywhere from 12 a.m. to 2 p.m. without a hike.
Because people can't actually play the game. Even free trial players are unable to log in outside of late night and early morning hours, and so we will also temporarily suspend new registrations
doesn't
for
wish
free trial. So they're literally giving.
Blizzard wishes they had someone like Yoshi P. I doubt it, because Yoshi P is, I would say, doesn't make immediate money for Blizzard, or like for Final Fantasy. If anything, he technically loses money right now, but he cares so much more about the reputation and his like player base, that because of that the play like it's long term, right? It's like long term Final Fantasy will make more money because there's more trust in the developers. Blizzard short term is going to make more money, but long term they're losing a lot of people because no one trusts the devs, no one trusts the direction of the game, no one trusts the story of the game, right? No one trusts the systems that are gonna be, right? It's like it's all gonna be just metrics of logging in. It's like daily duties, like you log in like it's a homework, right? You just log in, do your fucking tower, you do your this, you do your that, whatever, and then that's it. It's like, and if you want to do it on multiple characters, well, your whole day is gone, right? It's like you can't even actually play the game. If you have one character, yeah, you can do Mythic Plus sometimes, right? Yeah, but like that's the problem with WoW. It's like they just need you to log in. That's the metric. They just need to log in. Whereas Final Fantasy, it doesn't. But that's also why you believe more in Final Fantasy. So, yeah. Every player wants to play for free, so still queues. It's a different queue for people who play for free, though. As far as I understand, the people who are playing for free are like at the back of the line. Like, they cannot even log in during peak hours because prior, like let's say they are like next one to log in, the free player, and then I queue up, I will take his spot. Probably has a bunch available. Yeah. Rent servers, under the rent servers, yeah, Blizzard has a bunch available for sure. They have
no new players any access to the game until they can fucking fix it. Until they find a way to fix it.
Another Final
These
Fantasy
expansions will be phased in over the next few days as we work with our retail partners. We will be coordinating with them as well.
I mean, yeah, he might be a simp, but at least it makes sense. Like, it's not like he's simping for no reason.
As possible, but please bear in mind that this will be a gradual process. And Waze, what did you expect?
Have some money, but hey, you do what you gotta do. Paying
awesome fucking store pet. What would you want me to do? This is not being a simp for Final Fantasy. This is called having any sort of intelligence. I want to ask all of you, when is the last time you saw anything like this from Blizzard? Anything like this?
I better get an apology for Blizzard, let's be real.
This is a company, as far as I'm concerned, that actually gives a fuck about their player base. This is a company that really doesn't want to piss off their player base. That really doesn't want to...
Blizzard is giving people 9 months free game time to compensate for the lack of Shadowlands content. That would be worth praise.
The players that they have, they want to keep those players happy.
Imagine they gave players free game time when they specifically said they are halting all development on WoW due to the lawsuit, which was like about a month. They halted all development on WoW. That means you are paying for no development at that point. The game doesn't even develop for the month that you're paying. Yeah, you can play it, but
now they do go on.
There's not much to play, so.
You say in this post that the upcoming patch schedule isn't going to change, at least not right now. Those patch schedules will remain intact for now, at least. They may change them later if people still find it hard to get into the game. But if you compare that to this, to Blizzard's answer to the shit show that their game have become, I don't think there's any comparison. The fact of the matter is that as far as I'm concerned right now, if you still believe that Blizzard gives any sort of fucks about you as a player, you're a moron. Blizzard doesn't care. They have probably, it's probably been decades since they actually cared. Blizzard wants your money. They don't care about your experience. They don't care if you're having fun in the game. They just want the money.
Yeah, of course you're gonna turn right then and there.
They'll keep doing it.
Piece of shit.
You have to ask yourself if this is really the kind of shit that you want to support. If you're really one of those people that just keep throwing money at a company like this. I can't make those decisions for you, it's not my place. But I can tell you that I am fucking glad that I'm no longer sub to World of Warcraft.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
If any of your developers are watching this, you guys don't deserve my money or anyone else's money. It's disgusting.
I thought he was still playing. Oh. I could have sworn he was still playing. Wow. I mean, to be fair, ever since the token I never paid for WoW, so I can't even complain about lack of contents, like I'm not even paying for the game. Making gold and that's it. Make gold, play for free, technically. Technically WoW is free to play. You can make the money. Islam and the past. I mean, there will always be peace if everyone believes the same thing, right? The Clan Blizzard, how to pick your class in Lost Ark doesn't. Arnold the Fan. Story. Impressive. Have see what Belder has to say. Well, it's gonna be long. Up.
Basically, let's see. What are your exceptional, long, risky?
Yep. So my keywords for the MSQ are exceptional because it is exceptional in most ways. It is long. It is both long literally and long experientially. Where I think it was around 40-something hours of my time. If you told me it was 80, I would have looked at the clock and went, that was a fast 80 hours. Oh well, but it clearly would have happened. It's very long experientially. It was also risky, mostly in terms of structure and theme. There's things they do with the structure that I see people are very, very unhappy with in terms of how pacing went. They really laid out stuff. They wanted to make sure everything they did landed with you, and they took a fucking ton of time to do that. Like even the intro, like well not the intro, but after that, the first section is so long and so laborious. They really wanted to sell that. Well, I think they wanted to sell that fighting everything you see is not the answer. So there's so little combat for so much of the game. You can use that after like late Shadowbringer stuff, but it's so long. It's so long. And they're just so slow at times, but in a way that I think perfectly works for it.
Yes, there's one of the, I'm not going to do any spoilers whatsoever here, don't worry. There is one of the slow bits that you talked about that I also did find to be quite slow. There was another slow bit that you talked about that you thought was appropriate and enjoyed, and I also thought it was appropriate and enjoyed. So, it'll be different. I mean, for me, it's just like...
But also, it was fucking lucky that they're so good. Which sounds weird because it's all at the same time.
I know what you mean.
Too fast, you make
it went very wrong. But
this is a big shot if you can land it, and you need to be really good to land it. And thankfully they are.
Yeah, no, this was a. I guess they needed to thread the needle, but it was actually threading all the needles that they'd placed so far up in a row, from A Realm Reborn to the very end, and they needed to line all those needles to thread it properly, and they managed to do it. But one veering off would have completely fucking wrecked it, and it didn't happen. The other word I want to call it is heavy. It's fucking heavy in so many ways because it's the end of the culmination of 8 years, or I guess a decade overall, because it does bring in elements of 1.0. It's just heavy. Like, I can't stop thinking about it. Every time I'm not sitting down focused on something, like my walk to and from this office is just me thinking about different bits of dialogue, different characters, different themes, different things that we're doing. It is fucking it weighs a ton. In a way, it's also like you feel so much lighter and richer afterwards, but it weighs a ton. It weighs a ton. And then the one thing I want to say is the mystery novel element. That I kind of
still makes videos
saying how he likes mystery novels, thinking about mystery novel structure and how they want to set up little things for you to follow along and see if you get the right answer. They do it in not a very I guess obvious way, and they've been doing it in expansions previously. I just didn't notice it because I wasn't thinking about the mystery novel aspect. So I was going through this, and I don't have a fucking notebook. My notebook's downstairs, but I have a small little notebook that I was writing in as I was playing, and I must have had like 30, 50 maybe pages of just scribbled notes frantically as I was seeing things. I was like, I can't read anything, but it was just like I can go through and I can see massive bits from like I think this is happening. Character name, verb, etc. Stuff like that. I'm like, okay, this is all interesting stuff. Just all these little details going back through it. I'm like, you set everything up perfectly. I always felt like I was following along in a way that feels fucking fantastic. You didn't surprise me overtly because you never tried to. You introduced elements and then slowly went, here you go, here's the event. You're like, fuck, let's go.
You don't want to go around doing Shyamalan twists.
Yeah.
Right, because it's kind of been,
What?
that's great, but Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Didn't really work for him too well afterwards, did it? Right? That's just
Yeah.
the thing. You know, you can't have those be big. I mean, big surprises are fine, but if it's a big surprise, it's at the expense of like it being an enjoyable journey up to that point. I mean, and issues. I'm still trying to spot line. Anyway,
Yeah, it's just fantastic. But also, like, the one thing I
This-
guess is if you don't mind being a little bit more clued in, you should probably look at what the words mean. So they're very heavy accounts. If you look up words mean, you'll see them when you come across them.
Great.
You'll be like, oh, you bastards, you cheeky fucking bastards.
Oh, you
And
fucking.
I definitely will have a we're gonna do a clearly label it as a spoiler.
I can't even get my combo up. Can't even do damage, he dies so fast. Can't get my shit up. That's what she said.
I found when I was going through that I have scribbled down in my notes all the
Mm.
Greek words. Something. Also the history of doing as well, which is why I thought
Yay.
with a couple of but it's just it's so good. There's so many little things. How they introduce
Addendum.
elements and you just say the word and you think about what that word means and go, this isn't what I expected. And there's I can't say I really relate it, but it's so fucking cool and had me thinking for hours on end. It is fantastic. And I guess that's something of a spoiler. They did the Greek justice.
Oh,
It's mostly
there.
it's very rarely spoken if ever. It's mostly just old I guess concepts from Greek philosophy and storytelling and stuff like that they use, which is fucking fantastic. I can't say. Oh yeah. It's not all Greek. It's a lot of other things as well. A lot of other little bits and bobs. They say if you read into why they use specific numbers or specific
Perception.
numbers, you bastards, fuck you. You give me a massive hint there, or not even just a hint, but by using this one thing, you've communicated to me your entire intent behind this. So what's otherwise generally a throwaway bit of dialogue, you've
Or
communicated
not.
that you
Or
understand
not
what
this
you're
way.
talking about in such depth that you're like, oh, to write this character's dialogue, you went and read like write this character's dialogue, even though they only have a couple lines. You mad people, you absolute mad people. But it is absolutely fantastic. I think. So another thing I wanted to say about it, I guess, is there's a lot of it is subjective. Yeah, there's an objectivity to quality, of course, that you can kind of argue about, but there's a subjectivity that, for me, as someone who's enjoyed a lot of JRPGs and enjoyed a lot of anime, it hits so perfect. Like everything is just so perfect, which is weird because historically it's been very Western styled in a lot of ways.
yes.
In terms of how it's been written, there's a little tinge of Japaneseness that's introduced. That's just like, fuck yeah, this is great. This is exactly everything I like. It's everything I like and everything I want. Fantastic.
The more that I delay the spoiler cast by not having it finished, the closer you'll get to literally exploding.
yeah. Fuck. I want to talk about this. It's so bad.
Oh, man.
It is fucking fantastic. Then I guess what else? Yeah, the subjectivity it is perfectly targeted for people like me. People might disagree with some stuff, which is why I also consider it risky. Then there's other elements of music. I don't even want to talk.
I have no idea what Matt's talking. I'm listening. Aggressive, heavy, and risky, and walk early impression. Data centers. Are you still okay to main summoner or caster DPS if someone is enjoy? Double check. Possibly argue about either. Oh god. Light party. Ah shit. This guy. Okay. Yo yo. Gotta grab that rock and then decide where we go. my power to guide you through the coming ordeal. That way, if you lose, you'll have someone else to blame for it. Yeah. Okay, we're on the winning side. Oh, okay. Eyes blind, man. Stay together. Yeah, come up, yeah. Come up. Grab the high ground. Don't jump off. Just wait. Wait for the spawns. There it is. The spawns, bro. Let's go. Now we're talking. Look at all the spawns. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, they're all mid. That's fine. That's fine. Good, 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 good. I gotta prevent them capping this. Just gotta prevent the caps here. Nope. Okay, you don't want to cap. Nice. Mid was a trap. I don't know why they went for mid, but whatever. So this guy up. Yep. Look. Oh boy. Yeah, I guess we're gonna lose this then. Let's go south real quick. 5, 25. Oh, game. Oh, okay. Missed this. No, I'm out of here, buddy. No fight with you. Recupo. Let's go, let's go. Grab the yellow. Good, grab the one close to us. Turn on here, yellow is here, okay. Mid again is still the same one. I don't like that position. But I don't know why red is here when there's all of that over there. Fucked. Guys, get out of mid. And they're fighting over a 5%er as well, like it's oh shit. See, now I just got pincered for both sides. Good. Where you going, bro? What's up? Mm-hmm. For this guy. One. Fuck. Up north. Dead end fight, like, this is gonna take forever. But they're gonna take. Oh man, red is fuck. I'm back over here. I'm defending. Who this? Grab mids. Nice, good job, all caps. Just prevent caps, guys. Oh my lord, no one's defending bots. Correct. South is way more valuable. What's up, bro? Fucked. Nice. Alright, sweet. shit. And the RNG was so much in our favor, we just lost it for... Again, why is no one standing on this? Holy crap, man. No, go away. Jesus Christ, man. Like, what am I, the fucking janitor here? Cleaning up the trash? Jesus Christ, man. Fucking janitor. Holy hell. Hello? Oh my god. Yeah, I forgot about that problem. Everyone, their sister's a reaper. Nope. No, 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 no. Not like this, not like... Ooh. Okay, nice. Okay, okay, okay. Just defend the 5-pointer. Holy fuck, bro. No. But the 5 and the 3, the RNG is so much in our favor, bro. Like, please just don't lose it. Grab north, protect the 5-point. About to get fucking pincered again. Good job, good job. Hold the caps. I could get like a small unit to go. My lord, sit on the freaking cap. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna die for this. Lord, dude, tanks just fucking. Oh Lord, what are these guys doing? That's done. Hope I'm going with new tabs. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Heals. Why are you there? Oh my lord, oh my lord. RNG is in our favor and we feel that. $35.7 absent. Let's retreat. Oh boy. Rough. I don't have escapes. Getting better to damage, but I took more damage than this, man. Again, I'm not like suiciding into fights like all these guys all the time. $88. That. Nothing to. This one. Perception. Yep. Perception. It's another perception into it. Gatherers got. Worth. Oh. Expensive for, I mean, within a good reason. Meld. Still need the. Yeah, what's happening? No, my fucking internet got disconnected. It took me like 10 minutes to get it back up. I call these guys every like so often, just like my router doesn't get the signal from my cable. Like, I don't know. I have to like restart it. Really annoying. Where'd you stop? Okay, yeah. He kept dying to the dungeon. Oh man. I'm like positively surprised how much harder, and it's not that the fight itself is harder overall, it's how much the fights are harder for you individually. Like, you always have to do shit in the fights, you know? Does that make sense? Like, I'm doing the ExTrials and I'm getting fucking mentally exhausted because I have to keep attention to so much shit while fighting. Hey, what's up, Stoop? I mean, isn't like 11 a.m. like hello? Buddy, if you sleep in on Saturday, you don't log into Final Fantasy with these queue timers. I mean, aren't you always awake? Don't you like never sleep? Yeah. Yeah, that's another good reason why I had more positive reinforcement to quit raiding, because like it would just fuck with my sleep too much when I had work. Yeah, I'm not a big fan, and I think it's like they're testing it out to see player reaction, because it's a new system and they threw it a lot. Like they threw a lot of it. I would say if they could mount when you mount, that would be okay. But it's like as soon as you mount, man, they're like, see ya. It's like, all right. Yes, but they don't mount, yeah. 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 The dream. Oh, Where's her rope? Yeah. Cap is gonna be the catalyst to bring more players into Final Fantasy. No, not really. Like, I'm just happy you play it. I think it's a better game overall. In the current state, not overall. Like, in the current state, I think it's a better game to play. I forgot to set the low level dungeons now. Who was moving? Wait, who's moving in the tank challenge? No, he's not yeah, he's not supposed to move. As far as I remember, he was stationary. Like when you silence him, he moves. Oh, I know. I never used that strat. Oh, I don't know about that one. I did it like a scrub without cheesing anything. See, the thing is, it's like, it wasn't cheese. I'm just using game mechanics to my advantage. It's like, well, but that's what a cheese is. Nice. I feel like it's all the classes that I didn't bother getting Mage Tower. I don't remember doing the twins. I remember doing 3 different challenges. Twins was not one of them. No, sorry, 4 different challenges. 5 different challenges. Disc is also not. Yeah, that's what I hear. Good to hear. Yeah, it just does too much damage. Gonna be a short stream today, probably. Watch my friend do the MSQ when it gets really good. kind of like the real world. They're talking about lockdowns here in Canada, you know. No one gives a shit. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yep, I know. I've been there. Yeah. And if you live for for too long, it will reset him completely. I have to do it again. Yeah. If this guy is not new, why is he pulling 2 mobs at a time? I don't get it. Grahatya, Grahatya. Why is this paladin pulling 1 pack at a time, bro? On a level 40 fucking dungeon. The Valkyries? Yeah, fucking cancer. Really? Oh. Fixed it, fixed it. It's called fixed it. Well, it doesn't work as standard. Oh, really? Bro, I kinda wish I knew all of these bugs. I'm so gonna level a bard at one point. All the bows look so good. Not all, but like I need to show off, okay? Yeah, I know. Yeah, the positionals and shit. But you still have positionals with this guy. Oh. With Reaper, you still have positionals. Oh, yeah, that was the... and... Yeah. Oh, yeah. The jump in, jump out. Oh, 5 p.m. Okay. Yeah, no. Oh, this raid. Oh, I wish it was the third one though. The third one's even better. I think this is the first one. Yeah, it's the first one. First one's okay. Third one is so much better. Have you seen the Nair raids? No, you haven't done allied raids in Shadowbringers, right? Because you gotta do a whole quest sheet to unlock them. Nair Automata raids. There's no Yushtola here. But like not in this raid. There's no Yushtola in this allied raid. Hmm? What? Hmm? Yeah, ¿qué pasa? Pretty cool seeing everyone like lie down like this. Oh, we're A, so we're on the left side. Yeah, it's not allied raids though. The ones you unlock is a regular raid. Oh yeah, buddy. #1 DPS in this allied race. Let's go. Trying hard on the samurai. Or no one is trying at all, so I don't... Or anger. They basically strong emotion. Strong negative emotion, I think. Catalyst. That's how they... Okay. Don't remember this fight at all. Keep dying. Not a good time. Like, he might be alive, but she's losing her shit, so. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's the best part. Get up! Stop yelling! Idiot. Look what you did. Yeah. His kid turned in front of him and then got stomped on. Well, this part's gonna be pretty good, but whatever. Well, you can see the father doesn't care so much because he's not despairing at all after his son died. Pretty much. I wish they would show his remains when you killed that mob. It's not that type of game. Grahak gets serious. No one's your friend. What things? Yeah. Yeah. Shit. Man, I was doing so well. Third on the DPS meters too. There goes my damage. Well, old mount farming, you need to unlock the raids too, which is not necessarily MSQ. It depends on the raid, yeah. Some raids are like fast, some are like a mini chain. It's gonna be a bit annoying. Yeah. Clusters are for material, no? Oh fuck, I totally forgot about the event. Yeah, there's a pet, I think. And I think there's like a cosmetic. Like a Santa set or whatever. Totally forgot about it, fuck. Yeah, like these events, they're like short, brief, to the point, you know, it's like you can farm extra for some other shit, but like for the most part, they're like, you finish the most, like 95% of the event that you need to, like within a few minutes. It's like, it doesn't take too much of your day. I really hate the WoW events. It's literally like every day log in for a grind fest. It's like, oh, it's Halloween, every day I'm gonna do this one dungeon on every fucking character to get the fucking mount. Like, no, just finish the story, get the mount, okay? Like, it's a fucking mount, okay? Oh, it's this boss. Wanna see something creepy? Oh no, it's inside? Yeah. You'll see once we face it. Yep. Yeah, we're facing it? No, we're not facing it. Oh shit. Oh, rest in peace. I'm a samurai, not Jesus. Doesn't it? No, that's just say. This is the Nair Ultima Elite race. Elite race. Shadowbringers. This is like a massive like story unlock. This is the one? Yeah, okay, this is the there you go, phase. Hell yeah, brother! Look at this. What a boss. Yes. Alright. Well, I believe most of these bosses are from the Nair game. Nair Ultima game, whatever it's called. Oh, I can't get anymore. Can't get anymore. It was an event. Yeah, timed event in September. Trying to remember what this is. Oh, okay. This will get in, yeah. Reproduce, bro. She's reproducing. No, I want LB3. Fuck this Reaper. Piece of shit. It does, but fuck him. Bro, look how close I'm to 89. Look, where is this bar? I got it. Chilling down below. Just one? Easy. Pause it more. There you go. How it is. How'd be. Stop being a bitch, elephant man. Actually, that's what she said. Not the motherfucker about to get a hold of yourself. I can't, like, the screen's a bit... Birkenstocks? Oh, I didn't... The strings. Bro, this whole expansion happens in about a week. Like, if you think about it, how many times did you, like, go to sleep, right? And sleep here, there, you know, whatever. Then maybe you were on the moon for an extra day. But it's like, imagine, like, since you arriving to, what's it called? To Charlemagne? Charlemagne, whatever. Charlemagne, I don't know. All the way to the conclusion, it's like a week. Just get that, like, imagine that, you know, literally twice the end of the world happened in 1 week. Yeah, it seems that way. COVID cases can rise from 1,000 to 3,000, you know. Oh, I need to hear about the new regulations for COVID. I bet they're asking people to be like 3 people for, what's it called? In-house for like, oh, 3,300 cases now. 4 additional deaths. Wow. Yeah, they're asking people to probably like keep it small for Christmas. People won't listen and be like, well, this is why you guys are getting a lockdown. Oh, this is so good. There we go. Queues up. Oh my. Why do I get these low level ones? Now he runs ahead. Oh, I pulled everything, bro. Jesus Christ, Dancer's doing damage. What is that? Can we keep up? I'm not even close, am I? Yeah, I'm not. Gotta heal, bro. Oh shit. He's blue. Was it good shit? Do you have a good shit? The best one, yeah? Oh yeah, nice. And the actors are there too, yeah? Bro, dancers do so much damage low levels. Holy fuck, I can't even come close. So much to look at. But I feel like you can't play dancer as a male character. This you shouldn't be, because, man, have you seen the dance moves? I would not want to be a male character moving like that. Fucking peacock, man. Dude, the music is sick though. I'm gonna see how useless the twins are. Fucking, they had one job and they couldn't even do that. Oh shit, I got 2 player accommodations. Interesting. As a DPS? What the fuck? Not even best DPS. Alright. Is. Oh shit. Job on that venture, bro. 530 sword for my Dark Knight. Alright, gonna end it here. Wanna eat. Gonna eat. It's about to get good on the MSQ for my body, so I wanna go watch that. Yeah. Later today, but definitely tomorrow.